Two comedy gals, Mary Kay and Suwon Weaver. Two comedy gals, bringing you the good, the bad, and the... Oh man, that sucks.
Welcome to Two Comedy Gals. Here I am, Suwon Weaver with
Mary Kay. Hello. Sorry.
Yay. So this this is great. I'm really excited. We have a special guest on today and we love her. She's awesome. Just a terrific comedian and actress, and just from, she's super cool. So I'm very excited. And
We're going to bring her in?
Yeah, let's bring her in right now.
All right. Comedy gals. Comedy gals. Comedy gals. Hey.
There we go. Brooklyn Jones, everybody. Woohoo.
Yay!
Hey, can you hear me okay? Does my mic sound nice?
You sound great.
Cool.
So much.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, how's it going, Brooklyn?
Pretty good.
Good.
Well, we are fans of yours.
Thank you.
Yes, it was super cool. I mean, I had listened to your podcast that you were on with Pretty Funny Women, and I know you were also on with Lynn's son, so that's cool. And then I like coming out here from New York, starting your comedy journey. Yes. That's very cool.
Thank you. It's been a ride. It's been mostly good though. Good things. It's a grind. But
yeah. Well, I know that you probably don't realize this, but I was on a show with you that was in downtown LA. And with Sarah Budgeon, I think it was, I forget which, it's like the DTLA crawl. It was like in the little tiny hole that was like in the back. And then I think you go downstairs.
I remember that. I remember that show. It was like a small show. It was supposed to be bigger that day, but it was like raining or something was going on where people couldn't come.
Yes.
And I had like a whole set together for that. But then when I realized it was going to be like a small, intimate audience, I decided to just like freestyle my set. Yeah. And it came out good.
Yeah, it did. It did. I thought, because when a room is like that, I feel like there's more room just to like, we could just play and not have to, have it be a tight set. Like,
I was really upset though, because I said something really funny and it even had a callback, but I forgot to record myself. Oh. So I'm like, crap, I don't remember. Like, I remember what the premise was, but I don't remember how exactly I worded it. So I'm going to have to revisit that because it was good. I was like, dang it.
How many times does that happen, right? Where like you have like some like good premise, like something, and you're like, and then if you don't take advantage of that moment.
Yeah. I should have like written it down as soon as I got off the stage because it was like, it was like a spur of the moment thing, but it just flowed so nicely. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
A beautiful voice, Brooklyn. I just love that. I could just go like, oh, I love
Really?
Yeah.
Thank
it's really
you.
Fun. Yeah. I feel like my voice is so high. It's sometimes like squeaky and shit. And I'm like, oh man.
Really? I used to hate my voice when I was younger because even when I was a kid, my voice was a little deeper than the other kids, So, that moment when you hear your voice for the first time, I was shocked because when you hear yourself in your head, it's something different. Right. So when I heard it on tape, I was like, that's me. It freaked me out so much. I hated hearing my voice. And then like, I didn't really hear it that much until I started doing stand-up again. And, you record your sets and you got to watch them back. So it took me a while to get used to seeing myself on camera and listening to it back. It was really awkward. It's still awkward for me a little bit to watch myself, but I'm used to my voice now.
Oh, I hate it. Right. Yeah. But yeah,
and I used to be a rapper, but listening to it over music is different than just talking.
Yeah, it is. That's a totally different thing. Like, well, the whole art is so different.
Yeah. It's different, but not. Because I realized when you're a rapper, if you're a good rapper, you're kind of a comedian because you got to have punchlines. There's got to be punchlines all through your raps or else it's going to be trash. So I realized that when I started doing comedy, it's very similar to rap, except it's not to music, but it still has a rhythm. It still has to have punchlines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That rhythm thing I'm really getting used to myself right now. Like I'm starting to realize about pacing, and think about it so much more. It's not just however it comes out.
No, it's not. It's not telling the jokes. You have to time it a certain way. Like if you say the punchline too fast, it won't be as funny as if you wait a second. It's all timing.
Do you have
I want to hear more about your journey. Is there can you give us the recap version? How did you get to comedy? You started in rap or?
Yeah. So all my life from the age of 13, I was a rapper. All into my 20s. I was really good at it too. I used to battle. I used to do underground ciphers, and it was crazy because I was really good at it, and people would underestimate me because I was this cute little light-skinned girl. And guys would approach me a lot, and they're like, I heard you rap. Let me hear you kick a rhyme. So they're like, I rap too. So I'm like, all right, well, let me hear you do something. They're like, nah, you go first, and then I'll bless you with a rap. And I'm like, okay. So now I would kick my rhyme, and then I'm like, all right, let me hear yours. And then they're like, nah, that's all right. That's I was so good at it that I would intimidate guys into not wanting to rap after me. It was so crazy. So, I was doing that. I used to I had songs. I used to do shows. I became this little underground rapper. And then I ended up on 106 in Park on BET. So I did a couple of the Freestyle Friday battles, but I won twice. And then I went up a third time, and I don't know, something came over me, and I just how when you get stage fright, it was a room full of teenagers, the lights were on me, all the eyes were on me, and I completely blinked, and no words came out of my mouth on national television. So I lost that battle.
My God.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was rough because it was embarrassing that I froze on national TV. But at the same time, I was really glad that I didn't have to go back there, because every time I had to go to 106 in Park to perform, it was just exhausting. It was a lot because I was performing on Freestyle Friday, but when they put you in holding before they let you out onto the stage, they would put me in holding with the audience. So it was just me and 100 high school kids. And it was and it's I was young too, I was probably in my teens or early 20s, but it was being in a room full of teenagers that you don't know. So every time I went to 106 in Park, it was the first day of school. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm I don't know these kids, but it helped because the second time I went, I had won the first one. So the kids watched it. So they recognized me. So they liked me. And they were cool. You're dope. You know what I'm saying? So I had the fan action going the second time. Yeah. But it was still really awkward because you have to go on stage and rap and perform. And I didn't have a chance to think and collect myself before going on. I was just in this lunchroom. You know how a school cafeteria is, just loud teenagers? It was like that. So when I lost, it was hard. It was sad that I lost, but I was also thank God I don't have to go there anymore.
Well, that's a lot of energy to manage, right? And you're a kid and you don't realize that you kind of need a little cushion to perform,
Mm-hmm. And that was the first time I rapped on national television in front of the world. That was a big thing. And then it got weird for me because that was a pretty big show at the time. So I was famous for a minute. Every time I went outside, people would recognize me. And it was kind of awkward. I even have a joke about being broke famous. Because it's I was this super famous person for a few months, but I didn't have any money. You know what I mean? And I was still a kid. So my mom would be like, go to the store and get some eggs. And I'm like, please don't make me go out there. They're going to recognize me at the store. So I would have to go to the store and I'd be outside. And they'd be like, yo, kick a rhyme. Everywhere I go, people, you that girl from 106 in Park, kick a rhyme. I'm just here buying butter. Can I just be at the store? It was so hard. And it was I remember one time, something happened to me. I have no idea what it was, but you're an emotional teenager. And I was literally walking down the street crying tears. I was upset. I don't remember, but I was upset about something. And someone was like, yo, kick a rhyme. And I'm I'm fucking crying. Oh, wait, can you curse on here? I'm I'm crying here. And you're asking me to kick a freaking rhyme? Get out of my face. It was so hard. But yeah, so I don't know. It's such a weird profession that I chose to be in because being famous is kind of hard.
That makes sense. I mean, I think about that too. I mean,
especially broke famous. If you're rich, at least you can have security or something. I had people just walk up. This one guy walked up to me. He's like, you're from 106 in Park. And then he just grabbed me into this big bear hug. And I was like, oh my God, I'm being attacked. And then I realized it was just a hug. But I was literally attacked. I'm broke famous isn't fun because I don't have any security protecting me from you lunatics.
Yeah. Or even just knowing that you've have money.
Yeah, that makes it easier. Like, look, I have money. You know, like some of the people recognizing me probably have more money than me.
Yeah.
I think it is the most common kind of famous though, right?
Yeah.
Everybody I know who's famous is
or there's more broke famous people than rich ones. I'll tell you that. So yeah, I got a taste of being broke famous that first time. And it was hard because I was like, shoot, this is starting to get annoying. So I changed my hair. I figured if I changed my hair, I was on some Hannah Montana stuff. I was like, I'm changing my hair. Nobody's going to know it's me. Hannah, that does not work. People still recognize me. They were like, it's you. I was like, damn it.
And then did you get out of that for a while then after that?
Out of rapping? I was still rapping, but then like when I got into my 20s, I turned like 25 or 26. And when you like looking back, because like I'm older than that now, looking back, that was super young. But to me, I was like, I'm old now. I can't be rapping. I'm too old to be rapping. Like it felt really stupid to me because I was like old. I had graduated from college. I'm like, I have a job. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But then people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm a rapper. I was like, this feels dumb. Yeah. And then like everybody was rapping at the time. So it was just like, ugh, another one. You know what I mean? I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to be a rapper anymore. So I spent this few years like in my 20s, not really knowing what I wanted to do. And it was terrifying because I was like, I always wanted to be a rapper. And now I don't. So now what? You know?
What did you go to college for?
I went to college for graphic design. So I went to Parsons School of Design for graphic design and advertising. So I had that skill. But while I was in school, it became so overwhelming, like the work that I had to do, it stopped being fun. You know what I mean? Because like I've always been an artist and I was like, I want to go to school for art. But it was always fun until I got to school. They just made it so difficult that I was like, this isn't even fun anymore. So by the time I graduated, I was like, I don't even want to be a graphic designer anymore.
Yeah. A friend of mine went to Parsons too for fashion, but it's all about like the business end is like to get to the, like you're out of the, like you said, you're out of the fun, you're out of like the design and like, you're not just doing it because it like motivates you. You're like, it's business now.
Yeah. So when I got out of school, I started working in the design field. But I wasn't a designer because it was just annoying. Like you're designing stuff and you think your art's so great. And then they're like, change this, change that, change. I'm like, I don't like this anymore. And then it was like web design. It was just too much. I was like, this is too much. I don't like it. So I started working as like a project manager or like a traffic coordinator. Cause like you have to understand, the art aspect of it, the technical side to be a project manager, to understand what they're asking for and how long it takes. So I took jobs as that. Which was well because it paid well, you know what I mean? So like whenever I needed a survival job, I would just go to like a creative employment agency and then they just find me a job at like an advertising agency or an art studio or something, you know.
Oh, so practical. It's it's survival though.
And it's good because now, especially nowadays, it's something that you can do like working from home. I'm not working at that right now. I haven't found one of those jobs lately, but it's a good skill to have, and it's a specific skill, so everyone doesn't have it. So the competition is a little lower than
I think it's good too because I'm a project manager, but in IT, and I think that it gives you that drive and that skill set to even plan out in your acting and in your you're like scheduling, you're making sure you're following up on paychecks, right?
Yeah, I need to implement more of that into my own life. You know what I mean? Because like I'll do it for work, but with my life, I'm all over the place. I'm like, I was too much. But I started to like write down what I need to do. So yeah. So then I got like out of rap for a while, and it was like I was in limbo. I didn't really know what I was gonna do, and all my life I was hearing, you are hilarious. You should be a comedian. You should be a comedian. I heard that so much that one day I was like, you know what? I hear this way too much. Maybe I should try it. You know, like I had even written comedy material, like routines or whatever, but I just never did it. I just wrote it down. I was like, that's kind of funny. Maybe one day I'll try it. So finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to try comedy. But I didn't really know where to start. I was like, well, how do I get on stage at a comedy club? You know, like I have ideas. So I went to a workshop, like one of those comedy workshops.
Yeah.
It was like a 4-week comedy workshop. It cost like $200.
Yeah. But this was in New York, right?
Yeah, this was in New York. with this comedian named Clayton Fletcher. He had a relationship with like New York Comedy Club or something like that. So he gave workshops where, I mean, nobody can really tell you how to be funny, but it was just like a safe space to be able to try out stuff. And he kind of told you, how to cut the fat. Cause sometimes like when you're a comedian, you take too long to set up. You take too long to get to the point. So he kind of taught you how to like trim the fat so you can get to the punchlines quicker. And he taught a lot about the business aspect of comedy and how to be professional, like don't drink booze on stage and be on time, treat it like a job. So it was a really good opportunity to learn. And then at the end of the workshop, you got to go on stage in front of a live audience. And it was like an audience of everyone's like friends and family or whatever. And it was kind of a repeat of comedy because like, we worked out our material in class and then I became that person again that nobody wanted to go after. Just like in rap. It's like, I don't want to rap after her. She's too good at it. So then it was like, I was the comedian. And then there were like other comedians that were like, don't put me up after Brooklyn. I don't want to go up after her. I ended up like having to go last because no one wanted to go up after me. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. So I was like, okay, I'm on the right track. That's why I feel like comedy is very similar to rapping because you got to have punchlines, timing, and nobody wants to go after me.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. I just told Mary that she should fix her sound. So that's FYI.
I'm doing all shit.
Okay, give me 1 second because my nose is running.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, when we do stuff, we just gotta be real with what's happening right at this moment.
I have the worst allergies, and I have like allergies on top of acid reflux. So all I do is like sneeze and cough all the time. But it's really hard for me now in this pandemic because everyone thinks I have corona. I'm like the walking plague. Wherever I go, people's like, get away from her ass because her ass is coughing and sneezing.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. Okay, so, hey, Mary, are you okay right now? How's your sound? Oh, she's fixing it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. And now I'm trying to fix it.
That
sounds good.
Yeah, way better.
All right.
Because like before you were kind of cutting in and out and I was like, no.
All right. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. No, I was just doing on the thing because I obviously Miss Project Manager fucked up her schedule today. So I was holy shit, I got to jump over.
No. Okay. No, excuse. Like this is the reality of being at home is my mom comes in the middle of a show and this happens like multiple
every time. Let me ask you, Brooklyn, though, what, so when was that? Like, when did you do your workshop? How many years ago was it?
Oh my God. That was a while ago because I lived in California for 7 years. So it was maybe like 6 months before I moved to California. But the thing is like, I don't feel like I've been doing comedy for 7 years only because like I wasn't doing it the whole time. You know what I mean? Like I tried it out and then I took like a long year break and then I was like, I haven't done it in a while. Let me get back into it. And then my house burned down in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, my apartment burned down. So I like had no job and no place to live. And I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do now? I have to start from scratch. So I said, you know what? I never really wanted to live in New York anyway. And if I got to start from scratch, I'm going to start from scratch somewhere else. So I moved out to Los Angeles. Started from scratch. No, I didn't. My mom wasn't here at first.
Oh.
It was just me. I just came with like the clothes on my back, one suitcase of the clothes I could salvage from the fire. They still smelled like smoke. Like literally, no matter how many times I wash my clothes, it still smelled like smoke. So I would show up to places and people would be like, how come I smell bacon all of a sudden? Like, it's me. My clothes literally smelled like smoked bacon. So, so when I came to Cali, I still wasn't really doing stand-up at first. It was like a couple of years where I wasn't really able to really do it because I was trying to like figure out a place to live and, get my act together. But I got lucky because I have friends out here. I have like a good foundation of friends who are like family. And my friend, Shanice, she's a singer, Shanice Wilson. She's known for a song called I Love Your Smile.
Wow.
And she's married to an actor, Flex Alexander. So I've known Shanice since I was like 13 or 14. And I told her, my house burned down. Can I come stay with you for a couple of weeks just to see if I can find a job out here and figure things out? She's like, yeah, come on. So I stayed with her. But when I came out here, they had just started production for their reality show because they had gotten a reality show deal on the Oprah Winfrey Network. So like when I was there, the camera crews were there and the producers were there. And they kind of saw me around the house because I was staying there. You know what I mean? I wasn't on camera, but I was there. So, they would talk to me and they got to know me and they're like, we like her. We want to put her on the show. So I ended up being on the show. So I come right from New York from a burnt down house, jump right on TV as soon as I get out here. So now I'm on this reality show. Yeah. So I was like a guest star on a few episodes and they really liked me. Got like really good feedback from the Oprah Winfrey executives and then like feedback from fans. So they made me a regular on the show. So then the next season I was like on the poster and all kinds of craziness. So I'm like a regular on this show. But of course, it's like a reality show. So you got to be a caricature of yourself or an extra version of yourself.
Right,
because like it was a family show. Like it was called Flex and Shanice. It was they're a really goody two shoes family. You know what I'm saying? So there wouldn't be a lot of drama in that house because it's just like real goody. So they put me in there to kind of shake things up. You know what I mean? So I was like the one over there just causing trouble. But it's a reality show. So, everything was extra. So I was doing stuff on there that I would never do in real life. You know what I mean? Just being crazy for TV. But people in everyday people believed everything. You know what I mean? So I still get messages from people cussing me out and telling me what an awful person I am and how much they hate me. I just got a message like 2 days ago. This show was in like 2016 when I first moved out here. I just got a message from someone 2 days ago, like, I don't like you at all. You need to get a job. You came in Shanice's house. Instead of helping in their time of need, you came and added more trouble. And you ain't nothing but a moocher. Like they were going off on me. I was like, girl, that's a TV show. You are really over here harassing a TV character, ma'am. I was a TV character. That's not me in real life. You look crazy right now. Right. But yeah, it was so crazy. But that's how I always know when the show is in reruns, because whenever the show's in reruns or like a streaming platform picks it up, all of a sudden I start getting like weird tweets and DMs from people telling me, you're a bum. You're a bum?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not a bum. Like, first of all, they're like, get a job. First of all, being on a reality show is a job. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
I can't go to work and be on the show. And if I'm like at work, the cameras are not going to follow me to work. It's not my show. So they're not going to be in my cubicle. You know what I'm saying? And,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. And now like, I'm not a bum. I don't live at Shanice's house. I have my own place to live and my own income. It's a weird thing though, because like after being on a TV show, like even when we would go on like hiatuses or whatever, the money stops. So I got to go to work. So now I'm at work being recognized. You know what I mean? Like people are in my cubicle, like, hey girl, what you doing here? Like I'm trying to get paid just like you. I'm waiting for my paycheck. But you were just on TV and now you sitting next to me. And I'm going to be on TV in a couple of months.
Yeah. It's like the broke famous again, almost.
All over the broke famous.
Right.
I have like a whole comedy routine about it, about how people recognize me at the bus stop. And people think these are jokes. I'm like, no, this is real. Like people really recognize me at the bus stop. The bus drivers recognize me. Like one time I was waiting for the bus and the doors open and the bus driver was like, oh, snap, it's you. I'm like, oh God, I got to get on this bus. It's so weird.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool though. I mean, like, well, so it's like the universe just went like, yep, this is what you should do, right? And dropped you in and made things happen. Like that is so cool. Like, what are you doing now?
Yeah, but it ebbs and flows, you know what I mean? Because like I'll be on TV and then I'm working in a cubicle, then I'm on TV and then I'm like not working at all. You know what I mean? So it's anybody who's like trying to make a living as a creative knows that it's a roller coaster. You know what I mean? It's up and down.
Yeah.
So right now we're in this raggedy pandemic. So I'm doing a lot of virtual shows like everyone. I write part-time for a couple of apps. So
cool.
Yeah. So I write trivia for a couple of urban game apps, which is fun.
Oh man, that sounds
not
fun.
Like yeah, but it's like super, super part-time. So it's not like paying all my bills, but it is something fun. And it's in the same vein of what I do. I'm a writer and a comedian. So it helps. What else am I doing? I'm in talks of doing a radio show with a group of other women. So it's still in the early stages. So I don't have a lot of details and I probably can't share too many details, but it seems like it's going to be something dope, like a syndicated type of radio show. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And just like, I'm doing the LA thing, auditioning and getting rejected a lot. You know how that is.
Yeah, I do,
the hardest
as a matter
part
of
is like,
fact.
yeah, I'm sure. The hardest part is like getting an audition, right? Which is great. And then you get a call back, which is great. And then you get nothing. Like, damn it. I thought you liked me. I got 2 callbacks the other day. I'm like, you guys got me out
Awesome.
here twice. But I haven't heard anything. So I don't know if I got it or not. Sometimes they take a long time to respond. But, I don't know. But at least I did something right?
Truthfully, if you've gotten a couple callbacks, that means they like you. That means you did a great job. I mean, who knows why? You know the thing is like, don't choose you. It could be nothing to do with you, but like they have someone who's like tall like you or something, like.
Yeah, I got a call back for a voiceover job and they were like, we really like her. Tell her to do it like this. And I did it how they wanted me to do it. And then I got an email from my manager and they were like, oh, they went with someone with a British accent.
Right.
I'm like, well, you know what? Don't tell me because I don't want to know. Like I told her, I was like, look, if I don't book a gig, don't tell me. Don't say you didn't get it or you didn't get it. Like I'll know I didn't get it if they don't call me. But I'd rather hear nothing than no. Like the no's hurt. Just tell me nothing. Then I'll have hope. Like, hey, maybe a year from now, maybe they stop production and they'll call me a year from now. Because I mean, that has happened. Like I auditioned for something and I didn't hear from them again. I thought I didn't get it. And then like 6 months later, my agent's like, yeah, you know that thing you auditioned for 6 months ago? I'm like, no. They're like, well, they want you. I'm like, okay. So I'd rather not hear anything. Don't tell me no. Because then I could just like have hope.
Yeah.
And my manager was like, you're so weird. All my other talent are like, whatever happened with that job? I'm like, I don't want to know. Because I'll know if I got it when they call me and say, hey, you got it. Otherwise, I just didn't. Right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I'm more of a person that wants to know why. Like I would want to know that like the British person got it. Because that's not, I'm never going to be that. So I don't mind hearing that. But
I only want to know details if it's something that if they gave a note that they feel like I should change or do that will make me book it next time, then tell me that. But don't just tell me because I don't care why I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I'm not going to get any extra money because you told me it was for a British person. But if you say you didn't get it because you talk too fast or your accent is too strong, you know what I mean? Then I could be like, okay, I can work on that.
Where are you from in New York?
I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, man.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, of course.
That's where I got my nickname because of my Brooklyn accent. But I heard recently that my accent is not as strong as it used to be because I've been out here too long. Like the people out here are like, I hear your accent. I hear it strongly. But when I go back home to New York, they're like, you sound different. You know what I mean? So it's weird.
That's cool.
My family's like, why you talk like that? I'm like what? But you know what? Like when you're around your people for a while, you start picking it up again. Like you pick up their accents again. Like it's kind of like being bilingual. You know what I mean? Like when if you speak Spanish, when you go home, you start speaking Spanish to your family. And then when you're out in the world, you're speaking English.
I just got this. This is all right here.
What's that?
Right.
This is what we're talking about. Like this is the only language and accent.
Wait, where are you from?
So my mom's Korean and my dad's Black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad though is I've been trying to figure out how to work this into.
I would never guess that you were half Black. That's so interesting.
Yeah. Well, my dad was mixed.
Okay.
But both of his parents were Black. They were just light skin and then mixed. So, I mean, like my dad's from that generation that if you are a drop, then you're Black.
Yeah, the one drop rule. Yeah,
exactly.
You're a Black girl, Suwon. Yo, so has anybody ever said like some racist shit in front of you, not knowing that you were Black too?
Oh, so many things. I mean, and Asian racist shit too. I mean, a million things. Yes.
Oh yeah. Trust me, I'm from Brooklyn, so I know like the Asian people, they give Black people shit over there too.
Yeah. I mean, even like some of my mom's friends, when we were growing up, they said that me and my brother were so ugly because we were mixed. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Newsflash,
so
the mixed kids are the cutest ones.
I know. Well,
yeah. I
so
think you're beautiful, Suwon.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Mysterious. That's what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people just say whacked out shit because they can't even imagine. They can't even, So.
Yeah. Thank God you're tall. They'll probably say worse things, but you're tall, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm tall too. I used to hate being tall, but now I'm glad because people don't mess with me as much as they would,
Yeah.
That's good. How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Ooh, yeah. Okay, you're tall. Yeah. How about you, Suwon? You're pretty tall too.
Well, 5'6". I feel like it's
I'm
not bad.
5'7". Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were taller than that. But
Yeah.
hey, put on some heels. You'll be 5'9" too.
Well, like, compared to some Asians, I'm pretty.
Yeah, the Asian people are pretty short most of the time, right? My friend's boyfriend is Chinese and he's so tall, and it's like so different because I'm used to like Asian guys not being taller than maybe like 5'6" or 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like 6'3".
Oh my God.
He's a model too. You know they had to
his
snatch
name
him
Yao
up.
Ming? Yeah.
No, what's his name? His name is Steve, I think. Yao Ming, hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just reading the message that I wrote you, and I said that we were going to wrap at 3:40. That would be stupid.
Oh no, we don't have to wrap. But Brooklyn, do you have any good stories for us? Like, and by good story, I mean like shitty experience stories in comedy, or like I don't know why we like to talk about
like bombing stories, or
or like anyone hassling you, heckling you, or like guys hitting on you because you're a woman, or like going, here's a funny.
I haven't gotten a lot of bad like harassment, and I think it's because I'm tall and I have like a little rough edge. I think the worst thing that probably happened to me was some guy looked at me and said, "I bet Brooklyn got some good pussy." It's like, okay. And it's so funny because I didn't even notice it, but when he said it, I crossed my legs. And someone was like, "Look, she crossed her legs. She wants nothing to do with you." It was like a total,
you'll never know,
a total body language moment that wasn't even thought out. It was like a automatic thing that my brain just did. It was like, cross my legs. Like, I don't want you, fool. Yeah. Oh, and then I learned my lesson on Facebook because I put like, ask me anything. It was this thing going around, like everybody gets to ask me one question and I'll answer it. And then one comedian's like, "How big are your titties?" And I was like, "You'll never find out." That's all I said. Like, the comedians are gross out here. I'll just tell you that. And this same comedian, the same comedian that was like, "I bet Brooklyn got some good pussy." He was hitting on my friend and like relentlessly hitting on her. And she's like, "Dude, I'm not interested. I don't want anything to do with you. Like, no. Leave me alone." And then maybe 2 days later, I go on Instagram and I'm following this female comedian. And she's like, "Oh, I just want to say happy birthday to my loving, adoring husband. I don't know what I would do without you." And I look at the picture and it's the guy that was hitting on my friend all
my God.
day. I'm like, that dude is married? Oh my God, these guys are horrible. So I don't think I would ever date a comedian. Maybe not a male comedian. I might date a female comedian, but the male comedian's off. I don't have any bad like sexual harassment stories. I think I'm lucky, but at the same time, I haven't been a road comedian. You know what I mean? I haven't been on the road with all these guys. I'm like, I'm in talks of like going on tour with a couple of people, but it's more of a safe situation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm gonna have to deal with any of that. And also, like I said, I'm a big, tall girl with a real rough Brooklyn edge. So I don't know. People tend to be a little intimidated by me, especially when they meet me in person. I don't know. Apparently, I have this energy. It's good and bad because
I love it.
Thank you. But I'm realizing like in the dating world, it's hard because I have to be the one to make the first move because everyone's scared to approach me.
You just have to know that about yourself.
It took me a while because I'm like, "What's wrong with me? Am I ugly?" And then people are like, "No, we're terrified of you. You're intimidating."
But it has to be a certain type of guy who isn't scared. I mean, that's the only one you're going to want, right? Someone who's not intimidated?
Yeah, but I don't like guys that much anyway. I mean, there's got to be a special guy for me to even like.
Yeah. But what about women? Are women intimidated by you too?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's intimidated by me. I'm this big Amazon terror. But you know what's funny? Like, people are intimidated by me at first, like when they first meet me, because they don't know me and I just have like, I guess like a strong aura. But then once they get to know me and they're around me enough, they see that I'm a softie. Like, I'm really a sensitive, very sweet person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of the most sensitive people you ever meet, to the point that it's annoying. Like, I annoy myself with how sensitive I am.
Because that's the vibe I've always gotten from you, is very actually kind of soft and approachable. So, but I haven't met you in person, right? It's all you did. You did the Hot Medusa Zoom show, and I was like, "Oh, she's so sweet."
Thank you. But I'm tall. I wear like motorcycle jackets and combat boots. It's just a lot. But I guess I put on, maybe I have like a tough exterior to protect my heart because I'm so soft inside. So I gotta put on this tough shell.
That's how it goes, I think, with a lot of people, especially the ones that seem really tough on the outside, is they are soft and sensitive on it.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'll kick somebody's ass, but it will probably be for somebody that I love. You know what I mean? I'm not just going around. I'm not like the bully. I'm the one that beats up the bully for picking on people. You know what I mean? Like I'm a
good.
Tough, sensitive.
Nice. Yeah.
Like I love that type of a badass. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, we're done talking here. Punch or whatever.
Yeah, I'm a very like, I think that's the intimidating aspect of me. I'm a very outspoken person, and I'm a person that says what everyone else is thinking. You know what I mean? So people, I'm that person. But it's usually funny. Like I'm always the class clown, even when I don't intend to be, because I just blurt out things and everyone starts laughing. Like that's how I realized I was funny. Like I didn't know I was so funny. I just say stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I would just blurt something out, and everyone would just start rolling. I kind of like that.
And what's your sun sign? Are you a Leo or what?
I'm a Leo. Look at that. You just said.
She's good.
What are you, an astrologer?
Yeah.
Like, are you a Leo?
No,
I didn't know these things.
I'm sensitive. No, it's the lion behind your head. That's what I guessed based on.
Oh, you cheater. There's an owl. There's an owl too, but I guess there's no owl sign. But yes.
But no, I was like, oh, it fits with a Leo. I bet she's a Leo. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a Leo, an August Leo. I'm a real Leo. I'm not one of those bootleg July Leo.
Fiery. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a July Leo, and she's almost not a Leo, but then she used to have like big hair, and I was like, there it is.
That's the Leo. The August Leos are a little more fiery than the July Leos, because they're like on the cusp of whatever other sign is in July. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Mary knows a bunch of stuff like this. It's like I feel like I kind of know on some kind of intuitive level, but like Mary knows it. Like Mary.
I just bought an astrology book so I can learn it. Yeah. I want to know these things. I bought an astrology book, and I bought a tarot book. So I'm going to learn that.
We should do a card right now.
Shall we? I've got them right here.
Wait, you do that?
Cards.
You do tarot?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
It's so good.
Yeah, I want to learn that. You know what's funny? Like in recent times, I'm like, I really want to learn that. But like as a kid, I grew up in church. So people are like, that's the devil. But I'm like, it's so not.
I had some people in Texas totally unfriended me. I put tarot cards in my stories, and they were like, is that a tarot card?
Yeah.
And they unfriended me.
People are nuts about it. Like I don't know. It's a thing, but I'm all about it. I don't care. I collect crystals and I read astrologer and tarot books. And soon I'm going to be a tarot card reader.
That's who we are.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to like move my hand along the deck. And then you tell me stop. Okay.
Okay. Stop.
Okay.
You stopped too late.
That's too late.
Back a little bit. Do it over. I can't see you anymore. Wait, let me pin you, Mary, because I can't. I see Suwon. I have to pin you.
I have to put the mic down.
Okay. Stop.
It must be the delay.
Start over. I'm going to tell you stop earlier. Start over. Because it's like a delay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move slower.
Stop. Right there. Right where your finger was. Over. Over. Yep. No, that's the card sticking out. Right there. I'm pointing like you can see. Over a little bit more. Over a little bit more. No, the other way. The other way.
Mary, can you see it?
Right there. Right there. Oh, shit. You had your finger on it.
No.
Oh, shit.
No, go back the other way.
Oh, darn.
Wait, no, it's okay. I'm going to put some of them down. Okay.
Man.
Oh, fuck this. Okay.
This is a hot mess. You know what? I'm going to close my eyes and say stop.
Yes, that's great.
Ready? Tell me when you've started moving your fingers.
Yeah. Mary, you don't even have to show the cards. You just do it, and then she's going to.
Okay, all right. Okay. Close your eyes, and now I'm going.
Stop.
That's interesting because it stopped right about the same place where you were trying to stop before. Okay.
See?
Here it is. Oh my God, the chariot.
What's that?
Mary, get your mic. Get your mic. Okay, so now
All right,
Mary.
this is a card called the Chariot. This is a fabulous card, which is an incredibly strong, actually an androgynous figure. And it's about making your living and making your way and paying your way and being like lifted up in that chariot, right? To be able to make it. To me, it's always you are financially stable. You are able to make a living from your passion.
Amen.
Oh my God.
And
And it has like those two Egyptian lions, and one is black and one is white. It has like,
ooh, that's cool. That's the
I
Sphinx
love
thing.
it.
Wait, I got my cheat sheet. I have a literal fucking cheat sheet here.
no, I feel
I just
there's a lot of power in that, right?
I
That's
lost
how I
it.
feel. Like it's on the
That is a super powerful one. I lost it, but okay. So it's got the
I
Sphinx.
love
It's
it.
got.
Let me make a
So there's-
screenshot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold it
go
up.
for it.
Yeah.
So good. It's so good.
I love it. Okay, I got it.
It's beautiful, right? So it's also a
Yeah.
major arcana. And it's like the happiness part of it and the money part of it. See those castles and stuff in the background,
Mm-hmm.
and like see like the golden wheels on the chariot, and just it's a card that says you own your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are able, and you're creating abundance, and you're doing the thing, and you're able to do the thing. Yeah, it's a great card.
Cool. I love it. It gives me some happy feelings. Yeah. I
Okay.
like that. Gives me hope. I mean, I already had hope, but you know what I'm saying? It lets me know I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one of like abundance, and I especially like it when I'm asking about projects and stuff like that, because like it's a
Mhm.
manifestation. It's a card of manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I've been
So-
working on. So that's awesome. Thank you, universe,
cool.
letting me know that I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Suwon, to answer you, my mom does live here now, but when I first moved here, she didn't. I kind of like I was here for a year, and I was like establishing myself a little bit, and then I kind of sent
Mhm.
for her. It was kind of a struggle because she was like, I don't know, but now that she's out here, she loves it. She tells me she loves it every single day, and she's glad she
Ah.
listens
Oh, that's
to me.
great.
Yeah,
Well, you guys are close, right? Because I've seen some of your.
super
yeah.
close.
You've seen
Yeah,
some
my
of
mom's
your
my best friend. Like we are super tight. I'm so happy to have her, like, especially like during the quarantine, because I never felt alone or lonely because we're together all the time. And, you know, we're like, I mean, she's my mom, of course, but we're also like best friends. So
Yeah.
we joke around and we laugh all the time and we just have fun. We ride bikes together. We're so dorky.
That's so
That's
cute.
great. It's such a gift.
We're like on
It's
our bikes
wonderful.
together, just riding around. We're like two peas in a pod. Like, it's so funny because like we're known kind of in the neighborhood, like in the stores and stuff like that, because we're always together. So if it's one of us, they
Yeah.
ask about the other one. So if my mom like goes to the supermarket without me, they're like, "Where's your daughter?" Or if I go to the store without her, they're like, "Where's your mom?" So
That's-
yeah, we're like known as a duo. We're a dynamic duo. It's so
That's
funny.
cute.
Oh, that's
You
really
guys-
cool. Oh, that sounds like fun. I'm glad she was able to move out here and that she loves it. You know, because
Yeah.
like for LA, like I moved out here for an accounting job like years ago, like a long
Mhm.
time ago in the 90s. And I was like, ooh, LA, boo. And then I love it here. I could never
love
live
it.
anywhere else.
Me
you
either. I
know?
can't imagine. Like,
Yeah.
well, I've always dreamed of living in LA since I was a teenager, but
Mhm.
I just never knew how I was gonna do it. You know what I mean? Because there's always something
Yeah.
holding you where you are. Like you have roots, whether it was like
Yeah.
school or an apartment or a job. There was or just lack of money. There was always some
Yeah.
reason that I couldn't come here, or just fear. You know, like leaving my whole family. Like all my family lives in New York, so coming here was
Yeah.
terrifying. Even though like I have friends who are like family, I was away from my mom, who I'm used to seeing every day. I was away from my grandma, my cousins. So it was like really scary at first, but you know, I got used to it. And now that my mom's here, I'm fine.
Ah,
That's cool.
Yeah. I call my grandma and I talk to my aunties or whatever, but it's not I don't feel so homesick just because I have my mom here. You know what I mean? Because she's the one I
Yeah.
see every day, but I didn't see my
Yeah.
grandma and my aunties and everyone every day anyway. So
Yeah.
It sounds like you come from like a strong matriarchal family.
yes, I do. I'm very close. Like my grandma and my aunt are like my second and third moms. You know, like I grew up with three moms, pretty much. Well, more than three moms, because I have other aunts who raised me. So I have like a very strong female foundation in my family. I have like a lot of aunts that I'm close to and my grandma. And it's like we were one of those families where like we grew up all in the same house. You know what I mean? So we
Yeah.
lived in a house in Brooklyn And it was like a big house with me and my grandma and my mom and my aunts and my cousins, my uncles. Like it was a whole family situation. And then like I had the chance to move out and just be like me and my mom and my sister, and sometimes me and my mom. So I know what it's like to have several siblings. I know what it's like to have one sibling, and I know what it's like to be an only child. I've lived in all of those situations.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Brooklyn, I feel like I just really love that you came on and talked to us about yourself.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to learn all your background and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Well, to me, you come across as such a like warm and genuine person. Like,
oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just really love the rap background, you know, but like, okay, so coming from like Caucasian-y, right?
Yeah.
I never knew anything about rap until my husband loves hip hop music. And so he kind of introduced me to singers and rap music. And then one time, I will share this with you. It's embarrassing, but I tried to write a rap one time. And my husband told me, you should just stay in your lane, honey. Just stay.
That was probably good advice. You know, I incorporated rap into comedy because I have a couple of hip hop parodies. So
cool.
I did like when Beyonce came out with Drunken Love, I wrote a version called Chunky Love about eating, and I do the rap like Jay-Z. So I played Jay-Z in the video, and then I have like this chunky dude playing Beyonce. And then when Iggy Azalea came out with her song Fancy, I came out with a version called Lazy. So it's like a whole rap version of about being lazy. And I also did a Cardi B one for Bodak Yellow. So I still rap. Like it's always in you. If you're a rapper, you'll always have that in you, you know? So I incorporated it into my comedy.
That's amazing. Like,
I'll send you guys the links.
Is that on YouTube?
Yeah, I'll send you the links. You know what? The Beyonce one got so many views. It got like 500,000 views or something like that. It did pretty well.
That's rad. Oh my God. Okay.
Broke famous. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah.
See, look, broadening my horizons.
Soon I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich famous. And you know,
that's what the chariot says.
Right. 100%. I won't have to be recognized at the bus stop anymore. I just got my first car recently in the pandemic. It's an old car, but it's mine and it's cute. I don't have to be at the bus stop anymore.
Yes. That is amazing.
And in true New York form, I just learned how to drive in November.
Oh my God.
So watch out, everybody, because I'm on the road.
What kind of car have you got?
I have so you can be so when you see it coming, you know to move out of the way. I have a black 98 Saturn SC. So it's like a little sports car.
Oh,
it's real sporty. It's a real chick magnet. You know what I'm saying? Like when I ride it, I lean back. it's a super cute car. It doesn't car. It's like real sport.
I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh, thank you so much for coming on with us, Brooklyn. It's been great.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Right. You take care. Well,
congratulations on the show.
Thank you so much. We can't even tell you when this is coming out, but we'll let you know.
All right, we'll let you know.
That's okay. One of these days.
All right. You take care.
Bye. See you later. Bye.
Bye. That was so fun.
So much fun. Oh my God, I love her.
Me too. I'm so glad you pulled that card. That was great.
Perfect card for her too. Oh yeah. Well, no wonder, right? We had to get the right one. That's why it was so difficult.
Yes. Yeah. That's so cool. All right. Well, so we'll see you next time, Mary. Thank you. Two
comedy gals signing off. Love you. Love Brooklyn. This is a great show. All right. See you next time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.